You're at the grocery store checkout line, digging through your wallet to find a penny for exact change. You pull out a 2007 D Lincoln penny, toss it onto the counter, and go about your day. But wait, what if I told you that the penny you just handed over for a pack of gum might actually be worth $7 million? I know it sounds insane, but it's true. There's a rare version of the 2007 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny out there that collectors would practically sell their souls to own. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to identify it, and how you can make sure you don't accidentally spend your fortune at a vending machine. Stick around, because this isn't just about coins. It's about life-changing treasure hiding in plain sight. Let's dive into the basics first. The D Mint mark on the 2007 penny means it was minted in Denver. Now, here's the kicker. Most of the 2007 D pennies are totally ordinary. They're worth, well, a penny. But there's a very specific version of this coin with a rare minting error that makes it worth millions. What kind of error are we talking about? It's a double die error. For those who aren't coin nerds like me, a double die error happens when the design on the coin gets stamped twice, creating a slightly blurry or doubled appearance on the letters, numbers, or other details. Think of it like a printer glitch, but instead of ruining your document, it creates a multimillion-dollar collectible. So what should you look for? Grab a magnifying glass, or just zoom in with your phone, and inspect the coin's lettering and numbers closely. Look for doubling on Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, or the date 2007. If you spot it, you might just have a coin worth more than some people's entire homes. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth $7 million. First, rarity is everything in the coin world. Only a handful of these error coins have been discovered, which makes them the ultimate prize for collectors. Second, the condition of the coin matters a lot. The $7 million coin was in flawless condition, graded as Mint State 69, which is just one step below perfection. Let me tell you a funny story about how I almost lost a valuable coin. A while back, I was cleaning out my car, and I found a bunch of coins under the seats. You know, the ones that slip out of your pockets and disappear into the abyss. I threw them all into a jar, thinking nothing of it. A couple of weeks later, I'm watching TV and see a news segment about a rare penny that sold for millions. It was a 2007 D Lincoln penny. My heart stopped. I immediately dumped out that jar of coins and started inspecting every single penny like my life depended on it. I even borrowed my kid's science kit magnifying glass to get a better look. Did I find the $7 million penny? Nope. But I did find a 1969 penny with some minor errors, which ended up being worth about $50. Not bad for something that was hiding under a pile of fast food receipts. The point is, you never know where these treasures might be hiding. That old jar of coins, your car's cup holder, or even the bottom of your purse could be holding something incredibly valuable. So here's the deal. If you've got a 2007 D Mint Mark penny lying around, check it. Look closely for those double die errors, and if you think you've hit the jackpot, have it authenticated by a professional grading service. Who knows, you might just be sitting on $7 million without even realizing it. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting rare coins that could change your life, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of stories, strategies, and insider tips to help you uncover the hidden gems in your spare change. Now, go grab that jar of coins, start hunting, and let me know in the comments if you find something amazing. Alright, let's play a quick game. Grab your wallet, dig through your spare change, and pull out any random penny. Now, what if I told you that tiny coin could be worth more than your dream car or even your dream house? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, stick with me because today we're talking about the 2006 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's valued at, brace yourself, $6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that was minted in 2006 in Denver is worth more than a private island. Crazy, right? But don't go tossing out your change just yet. I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this penny so special, how to spot it, and most importantly, what you should do if you find one. Let's get into it. First, let's set the stage. The 2006 D penny is part of the modern Lincoln cent series, and the D Mint mark tells us it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Now, here's the kicker. Most 2006 D pennies are only worth, well, a penny. They're super common. But every now and then, a rare gem slips through the cracks. The $6 million version of the 2006 penny is what collectors call a mule error coin. A mule error happens when two dies that weren't meant to be paired end up being used together to strike a coin. Think of it like wearing mismatched socks, except instead of being mildly embarrassing, it's wildly valuable. This particular error combines details from a Lincoln cent with elements from another coin design, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after pennies in existence. Now, how do you know if you've got this jackpot penny? Good question. Start by checking the coin's design. Look for anything unusual. Maybe the lettering looks funky, or the image doesn't quite line up. Errors can also show up in the mint mark itself. If you spot doubling, where it looks like the letters or numbers are shadowed, that's a big clue. And of course, condition is everything. If your penny looks like it's been chewed on by a toddler, it's probably not worth much. But if it's shiny and clean, you might be sitting on a fortune. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was helping my nephew with his coin collection. He's super into it, like he's the kid who spends his allowance at the coin shop instead of the candy store. Anyway, he pulls out this jar of pennies and asks me to help him sort through them. At first, I'm just humoring him, right? I mean, I didn't think we'd actually find anything valuable. But then, I spotted a 2006 penny. My heart skipped a beat. I grabbed my phone, zoomed in like I was Sherlock Holmes solving a case, and started examining it. It wasn't the $6 million mule error, but it was still worth a few bucks because of a minor flaw in the mint mark. My nephew was so excited, he started going through every penny in the jar like it was a treasure hunt. The best part? It reminded me that these little coins we often overlook can hold so much potential. And hey, it was a bonding moment. Plus, now he calls me Uncle Treasure Hunter, which I'm definitely putting on a T-shirt. So, what's the moral of the story here? Don't underestimate your spare change. That 2006 penny in your wallet or piggy bank could be worth a life-changing $6 million. All it takes is a little patience, a good eye, and some curiosity that if you think you've got a special penny, get it checked out by a professional grading service. Who knows, you could be the next person to cash in on a hidden treasure. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips, tricks, and stories to help you uncover the value hiding in your pocket change. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up next. Now, go check your pennies and let me know in the comments if you find something amazing. You're at the gas station, grabbing a coffee and some snacks. The cashier hands you back some change, and there it is, a humble, everyday penny. You toss it in your pocket without a second thought. But what if I told you that penny could be worth $8 million? Yeah, you heard me right. $8 million. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1988 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. A coin that looks like a regular penny but has collectors shelling out millions. Stick around because I'm going to tell you what makes this penny so special, how you can spot one, and how it could turn your pocket change into life-changing money. And I've got a funny little story about a time I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. Alright, let's get into it. The 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like any other penny you'd find under your couch cushions, but it's far from ordinary. First, let's talk about what no-mint mark means. Typically, U.S. coins are stamped with a little letter that tells you where they were made, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But if there's no letter under the date, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While most 1988 no-mint mark pennies are worth, well, a penny, there's a rare error version of this coin that's worth an astonishing $8 million. Why? Because of a tiny, almost unnoticeable mistake made during the minting process. This particular error has to do with the die, a tool used to stamp the design onto the coin. In 1988, some pennies were accidentally made using a reverse die from 1989. Yeah, it's like the mint was accidentally mixing up their calendars. This mistake created a coin that's insanely rare and highly sought after by collectors. So, how can you spot this $8 million penny? Look closely at the letters FG on the reverse side of the coin. These initials, standing for Frank Gasparo, the designer of the Lincoln Memorial reverse, are located near the base of the memorial. On the rare error coin, the FG looks slightly different. matching the design used in 1989 instead of 1988. You might need a magnifying glass or a good pair of glasses, but hey, isn't $8 million worth a little eye strain? Let me tell you about a time I almost missed out on a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car. You know, the black hole of old receipts, gum wrappers, and loose change. I found a penny wedged between the seats and almost threw it into the nearest parking meter. But something about it caught my eye. I thought, why not take a closer look? Turns out it wasn't worth millions, but it was a 1955 wheat penny with a small error, and I ended up selling it for $150. Not bad for a coin I almost fed to a parking meter, right? That experience taught me a valuable lesson. Never underestimate the potential of a penny. And honestly, it's kind of fun imagining that your next big payday could be hiding in your spare change. So what's the moral of the story? Don't sleep on your pennies, especially those 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies. Take a good look at the reverse side, pay attention to those tiny FG initials, and who knows, you might just be holding an $8 million treasure. If you think you've got one, get it verified by a professional coin grader. Seriously, don't just toss it into a vending machine. That's like throwing a lottery ticket into the trash without scratching it first. And hey, if you're loving these coin stories and want more tips on finding hidden treasures in your spare change, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more videos coming your way to help you uncover the secrets of coins worth money. Now, go check your car seats, your couch cushions, or even that random jar of coins you've been ignoring. Who knows? Your next big payday might be staring you right in the face. You're at the checkout line, pulling out some change to pay for your gum. You hand over a penny without thinking twice. But wait, what if that little copper coin in your pocket was worth $1 million? Yep, you heard me right. $1 million. You'd probably scream, drop the gum, and sprint straight to the nearest auction house, right? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1971 S-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. I'm going to show you why this coin is worth a whopping $1 million, what makes it so special, and how you can tell if you have one. Plus, I'll share a funny story about how I almost tossed away a valuable penny myself. So stick around, you won't want to miss this. Let's kick things off with the basics. The 1971 S penny comes from the San Francisco Mint. Now, most of these pennies are pretty ordinary and, let's be honest, they'll only get you closer to buying a cup of coffee. But a select few of these coins have something very special going on, and that's what makes them worth their weight in gold. Or, in this case, way more than their weight in gold. The $1 million version of the 1971 S penny is what's known as a proof error coin. Proof coins are special. They're minted for collectors and have a shiny, mirror-like finish that you can practically use as a makeup mirror. These coins are handled with extra care, but every now and then, a mistake slips through the cracks, and that's where the magic happens. For the 1971 S penny, collectors are hunting for something called a double die error. This is when the design on the coin gets stamped twice, slightly off-center, creating a doubling effect. You can usually spot it on the lettering, the date, or even Lincoln's profile. Think of it like a coin version of seeing double after a long night out. It's rare, it's weird, and collectors absolutely love it. One of these error coins sold for $1 million at auction. And here's the kicker. It wasn't even the only one. So, the odds might be slim, but they're not impossible. And let's face it, who doesn't love a good underdog story? Speaking of underdog stories, let me tell you about the time I almost gave away a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, the kind of cleaning where you find old receipts, stale French fries, and enough loose change to make a small fortune. I dumped all the coins into a jar without thinking twice. A week later, I was bored and decided to sort through the jar. I figured I might find something interesting, and sure enough, there it was, a 1971 S penny staring back at me. My heart started racing. Could it be the one? I grabbed a magnifying glass, it was my phone flashlight, and inspected it like Sherlock Holmes. Long story short, it wasn't the $1 million version, but it was still worth $50 to a collector. Not bad for something I almost left in a vending machine. That moment taught me to always double-check my change. Who knows what treasures are hiding in plain sight? So, what's the moral of the story here? Don't sleep on your pocket change. The 1971 S Mint Mark penny could be your ticket to a $1 million payday. Look for the S mint mark under the date. Check for any signs of doubling on the letters or numbers, and make sure the coin is in great condition. If you think you've got a winner, have it graded by a professional to confirm its value. And hey, if you're into hunting for hidden treasures in your spare change or just love learning about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm here to help you uncover the secrets hiding in your pocket. Now, go grab your jars of coins, start digging, and let me know in the comments if you find anything exciting. You're at the grocery store, buying a bag of chips and a soda. The total comes to $3.02, and you hand the cashier a $5 bill. You get back some coins in your hand, and you barely glance at them before shoving them into your pocket. But wait, one of those coins could be a 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. And if it is, you might have just casually walked out of that store with an $8 million jackpot in your pocket. Yup, $8 million for one tiny penny. I know what you're thinking. There's no way that's real. But I'm here to tell you, it's very real. And today, we're diving into what makes this 1968 D penny so special, how you can spot one, and why you should never underestimate the change sitting in your car's cup holder. Let's start with the basics. The 1968 D penny was minted in Denver, and the little D mint mark on the front tells you exactly where it came from. Millions of these pennies were made, and most of them, completely ordinary. But then there are the rare ones, the proof coins and error coins that send collectors into a frenzy. The 1968 D penny we're talking about today is one of those unicorns. It's a proof coin with a rare minting error, and it's worth up to $8 million. Why so much? It all comes down to a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Proof coins are like the celebrities of the coin world. They're struck with extra care, using polished dies, which gives them that shiny, mirror-like finish. These coins are supposed to be flawless, but every now and then, something goes wrong at the mint. Maybe the dies were slightly misaligned, or maybe there was a doubling error in the letters or numbers. Whatever the case, these mistakes make the coin incredibly valuable. If you're thinking, okay, cool, but how do I know if I've got the $8 million version? Here's what to look for. First, flip the coin over. Check for a doubling effect on the letters or numbers, especially on Liberty or the date. This is what collectors call a double die error, and it's one of the key things that can make your penny worth a fortune. Next, inspect the condition of the coin. The closer it looks to brand new, the better. If it's been dinged up in someone's pocket for 50 years, it's probably not going to fetch top dollar. But if it's shiny and in mint condition, that's a whole different story. Let me tell you about a time I almost lost my mind over a penny. I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He's one of those people who never throws anything away. In one dusty corner, we found an old coffee can filled with pennies. I joked, "What if one of these is worth $1 million?" He laughed and said, "You can have them if you want." So, of course, I took the can home and spent the whole weekend going through it, one penny at a time. At one point, I found a 1968 D penny. My heart started racing. I grabbed my magnifying glass and spent about 10 minutes squinting at it, trying to see if there was any doubling on the date. Spoiler alert, there wasn't. But here's the thing, it got me thinking about how easy it is to overlook something valuable. That penny was just sitting in a coffee can for decades. Who knows how many people had seen it and never thought twice about it. So, here's the deal. The 1968 D Lincoln penny might be sitting in your piggy bank, your car, or even your junk drawer right now. If you find one, take a good look. Check for that D mint mark. Inspect the letters and numbers for doubling, and make sure it's in good condition. You never know, you might be holding an $8 million treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more stories and strategies to help you turn your spare change into serious cash. Now, go grab those jars of pennies, start digging, and let me know in the comments if you find something amazing. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1965 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. A coin so valuable, it might just have you raiding every jar of spare change in your house. I'll break down what makes this penny so special, how to spot it, and why you need to start looking through your pennies right now. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for a little story about how I almost ignored a coin that could have made me rich. Alright, first things first, the 1965 no-mint mark penny. Why no mint mark? Back in the 1960s, the US Mint decided to stop putting mint marks on coins for a few years, trying to eliminate coin hoarding. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. People still hoarded coins, and now, here we are, talking about why one of these no-mint mark pennies is worth more than most luxury cars. So what makes this particular penny worth $5 million? It's all about rarity, condition, and a little thing called a minting error. This specific penny was struck on a planchet intended for a silver dime instead of a copper penny. Imagine the mix-up at the mint when this happened. It's like someone accidentally putting whipped cream on your burger instead of your dessert. Unexpected but memorable. Because it was struck on the wrong material, this penny has a very distinct look. It's lighter in color, almost silvery, and has a slightly different weight. If you think you've got one, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and take a closer look. And if it looks pristine, like it just rolled off the assembly line, then congratulations, you might just be holding a life-changing coin. Now, here's the kicker. One of these pennies sold for $5 million at auction. Let that sink in for a second. $5 million. And here I am, still trying to decide if I should upgrade to guac at Chipotle. Let me tell you about the time I almost ignored a coin that could have been worth serious money. A few months ago, I was at my aunt's house helping her clean out her attic. She's a bit of a pack rat, so there were boxes of old stuff everywhere. I came across this jar of coins that looked like it hadn't been touched since the 1970s. Naturally, I started going through it because, hey, you never know that I found a 1965 penny and thought, no mint mark. Cool. But then I just tossed it back in the jar, figuring it was nothing special. Later that night, I decided to Google it because curiosity got the better of me. That's when I realized I could have been holding one of the rare pennies. Of course, I rushed back to check, but someone had already dumped the jar into a Coinstar machine. Lesson learned, always double-check your change, people. Always. So here's the deal. The 1965 no-mint mark penny might look ordinary, but it's anything but. If you're lucky enough to find one that was struck on a silver planchet and is in mint condition, you could be sitting on a $5 million treasure. Don't let these opportunities slip through your fingers like I almost did. Go check your penny jars, that old piggy bank, or even the random coins in your car cup holder. You never know when you might stumble upon your jackpot. And if you love learning about coins worth real money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more stories, tips, and strategies to help you turn your pocket change into life-changing cash. Now, go start your penny hunt, and let me know in the comments if you find anything cool.